Okay, just let me tell you about this trip. For a trip that was only 7 days long, what an adventure it has been. Well, technically, the adventuring began in the weeks leading up to the day we left. After failed attempts at working out a trip earlier in the year, something felt different about the preparation for the September trip. He had already shown us that preparation through prayer would be so important in December 2017, leading up to our first visit. So we took up that mantle once again for September. We prayed hard.
Yeah, we're 3 days out from our planned departure date, and yeah, we still need a huge amount of money. It looks impossible in my eyes.
Again, you have caught us in the middle of a testimony. We've seen provision. I've seen provision, and shows that, God has been invested in this project from the beginning.
I realise God can do it, and if He's told me to do something, then I can step out and trust Him in the obedience. But of course, then you get to this point where it's 3 days to go and we haven't bought our flights. And I just think to myself, am I a fool?
About how God's, fulfilled promises in the past, He's done miracles in the past. Like, I remember this, I remember that, and He can do it again. And that this project and our team and the people of the Kimberley are worth, God performing a miracle for, even if it's only a 10-day outreach.
That this is the place where our trust really grows. This is where the magma is, and so that what comes out the other side of this time is the solid foundation. I just thought of that then. Magma.
It would be awesome to see the testimony, so stay tuned for that.
As we continued to ask God for the money, we merged into prayers and times of waiting on God that revealed different things of His heart for us, the film and the Kimberley, and called us into greater areas of trust in Him, even to the very last second. Okay, so today we had another look through the film just to see what pickup shots we need to gather. I made a list of those.
Imagine.
Now looks so much more achievable.
Well, it looks achievable to you.
We got 2 rifles with sniper scopes.
Yeah, you've got a point there.
Looks like it would take a miracle. Already we've seen Angie's finance come in today, and we know that God is a God of miracles, and we had a prayer session today where the word came through strongly that God's going to do this. The only thing we could do was wait, and that was hard. Thursday, the day we planned to fly off, slipped past too, with still $4,000 to raise.
Here we are. This is the day of the leaving, and we're not leaving.
And we just, the 5 days of crazy. We know that it's actually possible to do an insane amount in a small amount of time. Yeah. And I continue to feel like this intense time of us struggling for this is something really key.
Lord, what is happening?
5 days later, we saw provision.
So, Mama gave me $500 this morning. That kind of puts us over the line, but now looking at flights this morning, they're up and down all over the place.
Okay, Stevie's just waiting for you, Josh.
Okay. The brain of Ben working on all possible solutions. It was a great victory, even though it might not have felt like a great victory because now we had to pay a bit more, but even that more finance was available. We're here. We're jumping on a plane tomorrow morning, yay!
Oh my goodness!
This impossibility coming into possible is the setup for the impossible task we now have ahead.
5 days after the day that we said that we wanted to go, but that doesn't mean that it's not God's plan for us to go now. Then we'll have 2 days in Luma before the festival in Fitzroy, so we'll go there and then we'll come back to Luma for a bit. Ange is leaving on the 30th to go back to her hometown in Queensland, and so Josh, Haley, Koa and I will continue on. Yeah, it's all happening now. It could only be God's power when success came. We laugh at comedy movies because we're watching people go through hectic and silly moments thinking, oh, I'm glad that's not me. Well, Tuesday felt like we were starring in our own.
In the comfort of your armchair, it's hilarious! Going to the airport and just with a bunch of bags, big old backpack on, having troubles with trying to send our bags through.
You're like, Holly, just bring your bag over here, and it's sending through the conveyor belt at that moment. I'm like,
You just see Holly dive onto the conveyor belt.
Discovering upon the slowest security guard team. Oh my goodness. Yes, getting our bags pulled over because camera equipment looks a lot like materials you can make a bomb out of. Already boarding it by this point. Running, trying to find 17C. There he is. Which didn't look like it existed for a bit, and then it was there. My seat number was the same number as the gate, so it was confusing for everybody. Which was great. We made it. Had a lovely chat with the lady next to me. Gave her a business card, told her about the film. She gave me some gum.
And then she spilled green tea.
And then we arrived to do the shopping. We're like, right, we'll be done in an hour. I was just in a nappy because it's stinking hot. 38 degrees. And in the middle of the aisle, poop shoots out and onto the ground.
I thought I was seen before, but this is new.
It was quite funny because we were in the chicken tonight section. There was quite a lot of the same coloured liquid in jars on the shelf there. It was quite an orchestrated, beautiful team effort that we all lunged with the baby wipe.
And here we are on the way to see Stacey, and then a 3-hour drive to Luma.
But with the fiascos of the day, it was already quite late and the roads were dangerous at night.
We dropped in on Stacey in Broome, and then we went to head out, and the sun was setting. Did what we do when we don't know what to do. We prayed. We felt like God was saying, no, just stay in Broome. Had a good sleep.
Then a 3 hours drive at 7:30 a.m. and we had made it to the familiar dirt roads of Luma. And we were met with the familiar sights and sounds of this beloved part of the country, only the landscape looking slightly drier this time of year. Our YWAM friend Heather and her team were already in Luma, so after greeting some of our friends again, we joined them for a refreshing dip in the now much more shallow river. So much joy. We love the Luma mob.